Hello and welcome. So my name is Simba and I'm head coach here at Living with the Spirit. And today I want to talk a little bit about fear of failure and fear of success. But before that, I just want to point out if you like our videos, please subscribe and press like, and then you can get more notifications of more topics that we might go over and address. And you can also ask us if there's a specific topic, and we can make a video much like I'm doing now, where we can address whatever topic it is that you want to know more about, or just hear our point of view on how we think about it, what we feel. So I work, as I mentioned, as head coach here at Living with the Spirit in Chiang Mai, Thailand, and we are a lifestyle retreat center. So we work with food and herbs, detox the body, a lot of different body-based tools to get rid of a lot of pent-up stress or stuck emotions or unexpressed emotion. And we also work with pain and injury. So if you had a long-term pain or coming out of surgery or had an injury that doesn't really fully heal, that's the kind of thing we do. So today I'm going to talk about a question we got through one of our friends on Instagram, and it was about fear of success. So most people that I meet, they know what it means to have fear of failure, of course, fear of poverty or not having enough money or not feeling that you're good at doing something, or if I do this, I lose my job. If I don't do this, I don't win my sporting event or get together with this partner that I want to have, or whatever it is that we measure as success and whatever it is we measure as failure. Now, the fear of success is a little bit tricky sometimes, in my opinion, because it might not look like a fear. A fear of failure is quite tangible, right? If I lose all my money and I can't pay my rent, I lose my house or my apartment, my car, and I have to live somewhere else, and all of these kind of things. And those are things that we can kind of see if we get an unforeseen expense, or if something happens and we don't have savings. But the fear of success can look a little bit different. So for the sake of this video, let's make an example. Let's say you win $10 million. What's the first thing that goes through your mind right now? What's the first thing they feel in your body? Maybe there's some resistance. Maybe you're feeling like, wow, that would be great, but a person like me, no, that doesn't happen. What would I do with the money? Where would I put it? How much tax do I have to pay? Will people start treating me differently because of this? What will I do with all the money? How will my life look like? What will happen from here? Those are fear of success. That is an energy that's making you have an uncomfortable sensation, or a conflicted, not a relaxed sensation that doesn't allow you to move towards that goal. I'm not saying your goal should be to win $10 million on lottery, but I'm saying whenever there's a lot of thoughts or analyzing around how something can come to you, that means there is something there that's probably, most likely, blocking that energy from ever coming to you. So whenever we don't have that blockage, that whenever we can let that energy come to us naturally, it's easier to be open to different ways of receiving and different situation, if it's income, if it's finances. But also, the solution does not have to come in the way that we install in our mind or the way that we're thinking about the problem. We don't have to use that framework to solve whatever inquiry there is ahead of us. We are open to new ways of this solution, of this situation being solved. And that means maybe something will come along, maybe an opportunity will come along, maybe someone invites you along for a trip and you go with that trip and you meet someone that knows someone that knows someone, and all of a sudden you don't know where you started and you don't know how your situation got solved or the alternatives that came in, but you were open for it. You were open for the opportunity and you were open for the possibilities, and that way the energy could come to you. So it's not so mystical, it's not so spiritual, it's nothing special about this. It's more about being open, not subconsciously thinking or having resistances to where you want to go. Of course, we can think and plan and how would that look like and kind of cultivate that energy and kind of get a little bit excited, plan a little bit, get some inspiration and have a picture, an image of what success would look like. But we can also come to the end that we're overthinking it and starting to put up a lot of questions and what ifs and how would this look like and I don't know, I don't feel certain if I don't have all the answer. Being certain in the uncertain and being okay with not having all the answers, but feeling the intention that, this is kind of the direction I want to go. I believe that's a more sustainable way of going. And there's a lot of different tools to help you if just not meditating and thinking about that will knock it out of the system. I use EFT, emotional freedom technique, which is a mix of tapping the meridian, the energy points connected to different organs and energy centers of the body. It comes from traditional Chinese medicine. At the same time as you speak different phrases to allow the mental, emotional blockages to go out of the body. You can also use TRE, tension and trauma release exercises, which is not so much mind-based. It's more coming down to the body's natural shaking mechanism and finding grounding, finding stillness in your senses, in your breath, in the present moment, not thinking about the future, about the past. Meditation, exercise. There's a lot of different tools that that we can use to free up tension and blocked up emotions. One of my favorites is chin sign, stomach emotional and organ massage, where we let go of a lot of tension that surrounded a lot of organs. And according to traditional Chinese medicine, different organs help to detoxify certain emotions. So when the organ is not functioning well or properly due to lack of circulation, often caused by the way we eat or our lifestyle stress, but also around the muscles and the fascia that holds the different organs in place and can sometimes kind of be almost constricting the organs, not allowing them to fully work. We can start to open up this area and the energy and the emotion can flow freely, and then we can easily let go of whatever perceived belief or resistance that we have in our body that keeps us back. But if you don't have access to a lot of these tools, of course we work online with individuals that are interested. But one first step that I could say is just recognize how does it feel thinking about something that's clearly a failure for you. How does that feel in your body? Is it a tension, stomach? Do you hold your breath? Do your mind go blank? Do you start to stare at something and just space out? Or do you start to feel, heat in your hands, sweaty, palpitations? And then let's try the other way. Think about a success. Think about something that you've done that you've been successfully at, or something that you might be successfully at. Like the example, for instance, you won $10 million. How does that feel in your body? You get all of these questions, what to do, or this is silly, this doesn't feel natural, or I would really much like to do that, but I have no idea how that would happen. Notice what happens in your mind, in your emotions, and in your body. And feel free to write us whatever comes up from this little exercise. And the practice and the purpose of the exercise is to see what happens, because the body never lies. If you still your mind down, take a couple of breaths, and you ask yourself this question: how would I feel if I have a complete failure? How would I feel if I have a complete success? And just feel the differences. How do they feel in your body and what happens? And your body's going to give you a lot of sensations. Can be remembering old memories or situation with someone, or tension, or an old injury can flare up. And that's essentially just energy moving, trapped energy in the body that's starting to move. So when energy starts to move, it can feel worse sometimes. And I say worse because we actually feel what's going on. We become connected enough to our body to feel what it is that's blocked, and that's most likely connected to our perceived limit or our ability not to be able to see our own greatness and not to see the value of a failure or a lesson. That I say it's a lesson for how not to do, or an experience teaching us what to do so we can move on and do something that's more beneficial for us. So as I mentioned, if you like this video, feel free to subscribe and like, and also feel free to drop a commentary or a direct message to us if you have any additional questions about this, or if you'd like to know more, and I'll be happy to answer anything that comes up. Thank you very much.